I would never tell anyone who's not comfortable to make that switch. What I would say is there was a lot of skepticism when I first started to make that switch. Many people felt the same way. Um, I think what's important is to understand that if you are measuring marketers by the standards of journalistic ethics, they will always fail because they're operating for a different purpose. And
Hmm.
so my goal is not to be objective anymore. My goal is not to to be a neutral third party. That's not my job anymore. Now my job is to help communicate to an audience. So I try to find the parts that are similar for me, which is I'm trying to share this message with an audience and help them understand. Um, that's a big part of that question before about how do you want to feel. The reason I'm okay with it is because I'm not working with companies that, for the most part, are going to make me feel sick or feel guilty or feel,
I'm not
uncomfortable.
asking which company, okay?
No, but that's what I mean. I'm trying
I
not
understand.
to. I think you don't always have that choice. But if the content you're making is truthful, if the content you're making is valuable for the audience, um, I think there's value in that. It's the same way that some people who are in journalism may make the switch to filmmaking, right? Or
Hmm.
to acting. It's not the same thing, but it still has value. You're still using those same skills to communicate to an audience. You're just communicating different information. Um, I do think that someone who is trying to do both will probably have some ethical challenges that they have to tackle. But I don't know people who are doing both. Everyone that I know who's made the switch, they made the full switch, or they go back at some point later. But they're generally not doing both at the same time, and certainly not at any of the media publications. It's always an entirely separate team.
Yeah, I understand. And we could also say, argue maybe that anyway, when you're a brand, uh, creating content that would not be ethical or saying the truth would be a mistake too. So
Oh yeah,
that's
of
that's sort
course.
of the same mindset that should motivate us.
Well, and for me, and I don't know, maybe this is delusional, but I've always felt like I have a responsibility to my audience the same way I did as a journalist to try to present them with truthful information that's well sourced, that they can trust, that's informative, that's enjoyable. And I almost see it as a service, the way that an ombudsman may be, have a role at a newspaper to say, how can I, as someone who does have that journalistic background, make sure that this marketing content is as good, as ethical, as truthful, as everything as possible. I feel like I am trying to raise the bar on that side of things, and in that way, I don't feel guilty for having made the change. I don't
No.
feel I guess my thought is someone's going to make it either way. I would certainly rather it be someone who has the conscience and training of a journalist.